Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David and this is a deck review. And today we're going to look at the Ace 100% plastic cards by Cartamundi USA. You might see this deck in grocery stores. I've also seen this deck at Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble carries, if you don't know, Barnes & Noble is a bookseller here in America. They're kind of a big chain. And I think the reason why the big booksellers sell this is because as a gaming deck, this is a long-lasting deck of cards. If you were going to buy a deck of cards and you were going to play a lot of card games and you wanted to spend your money on something that had a little bit more resilience, I think you would pick the 100% plastic-coated cards. It says Ace. It has a biplane on the front. It does say 100% plastic on both top and bottom, and then on the back there's some ad copy about Cartamundi USA. Cartamundi USA, they produce a lot of playing cards for other brands like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, James Bond. They have a card game called Card Stackers. They're a Belgium company. They formed a long time ago, and eventually in 1970 these two different Belgium companies, they merged together, and then they started expanding out to France. Then in 1994, they expanded to America, and they're still expanding all across the foreign market. They're a really big card company overseas, and so they're much more popular over there. And I would guess, as their popularity grows, that you'll start to see their name more and more. The back design is a mirrored image of the biplane on the top and the bottom. Then you have a circle graphic, and then some spades in the corner, and then the spades each have a heart in them. And other than that, it's a pretty elegant back design. I think. I've only seen this deck in red, so I don't know if it comes in any other colors. It does show you that they're red over here in the corner, so that might be the place to look if you're looking for a different color right here in the corner. I don't know if it has a different one. With this deck, you're going to get the flying ace of spades. It's the biplane there. Just says casino quality again, nothing else, nothing big. And with Cartamundi USA, you get their very creative jokers. You get two full-size jokers dropping cards to the ground, kind of like in a gesterly way. And then you get one full-size card reveal. So that's the King of Hearts right there, which is really nice. I like the fact that as gaming cards, you know, they give you two jokers to use and play. And sometimes there are some card games that utilize the jokers, so it's nice to have jokers you can actually use. The pips and the fonts themselves kind of feel chunky to me. They're a little bloated. They almost look like they're low vision, but they're not quite that big. So they kind of have an expanded, inflated image. And the red is more sharp, not bright. So it's more of like a deep red. Not necessarily blood, not all the way that shade, but definitely deeper, you know. And then here's some of the black cards that you can see. And then the Royals, they're in tinier little boxes to make room for the bigger pips in the corners, so they kind of feel squished. They look like they got shrunk in Microsoft Paint. Then as far as the cards, how they handle, I don't know if you've ever handled 100% plastic coated cards. They're really slippery, they're really slick, they're really tall. That is a tall deck of cards. The box is kind of fat too, so they're not as thin, and they're very heavy. This is a heavy deck. If you tried to do like cardistry with this, you would instantly feel the weight of this deck. It's a mamma jamma. They're also super flexible and super bendy. They're not as stiff as a regular deck of playing cards. And especially when it springs, you can feel the whole thing. Just look at that. You can just sit there and bend it all day long. It doesn't do anything to the deck at all. It's very springy because of the plastic coating. That said, it's also kind of weird. I mean, they riffle great, you know, but they don't rifle shuffle very well because they don't bounce back. You know, when you flip them down, you want them to also kind of have a snap, and they don't. It's not perfect. So they're almost too bendy, you know, to do stuff like that. But like I said, you know, you're buying a deck of cards that you want to have long-lasting gameplay for playing cards. That's why I think there's a popularity with these cards. So if you've seen these cards around in the bookstores and whatnot, that's the review for that. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/magicorthodoxy. You can like my page on Facebook. And my Facebook page isn't getting as many likes, and it's kind of sad. So if you don't know, on Facebook, I post all my reviews to Facebook too. So if you wanted, you could just follow me on Facebook, and then you'd see a lot of my stuff start to pop up. You'd know right away whether I had put out a new video or not. And I also post other things on Facebook, which I don't, and I can't post on YouTube. So if you follow me on Twitter and Facebook, you're actually going to get a little bit more of an experience. So I would recommend that if you're a fan. And always, of course, follow this channel on YouTube. All right, bye.